now it don't matter.
I give a fuck.
No, it don't matter because I answered exactly what you were. So get back to what you were saying. I would love to hear.
What did you say? What I had to say had nothing to do with.
So get back to
you
it.
just saying,
Get back to it.
I'm just talking. I'm talking.
You know when you really want to give somebody a pass because of their circumstances, but there's just way too many coincidences and nothing adds up? Well, that's what's going on with Erica Kirk right now. Turns out Candace Owens wasn't crazy.
What should we do?
Unc will help us.
Welcome back to the Unc Podcast. I'm Unc, this is Cam, and we got Niggas Buddha on with us today. Discuss the whole situation, revisiting. So, Niggas Buddha, what's going on with Erica Kirk, man? We were kind of laughing at you last time. We both owe you an apology, but man, this does not add up. It's a whole lot of things that I heard, and I don't really know what to differentiate what's real and what's not, because I heard these from sources that I don't know, but I'm hearing the same thing from different people. And they say when you keep hearing the same thing from different people that don't know each other, usually because it's the truth.
Well, Unc, let me start by saying this, all right? From the words of Erica Kirk, stop, okay? Just stop. That's what she said, and that's what she wanted us to do. Stop talking about this shit. But like we had spoke about last time, when we was talking about that, what was that Fort called? Fort what? Buchuga?
Oh,
Right? Remember?
yeah,
Right?
there you go. There you go.
When we had the discussion with Alex Jones was like, oh, and they were all throwing Mitch Snow under the bus, saying that he didn't see her. Bullshit. What happened now? 3 other people just came out and said they also seen her. Now we come to find out she shot a movie for the CIA. Guess where at?
That's what I was just gonna say. And all the people that were involved in that movie were all from that Fort Buchuga.
There you go.
Oh, you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
See, so these are the things we've been saying before. Like Cam said, Cam wants to see the receipts. We don't have time to go look up the receipts all the time. So what I tell people is, instead of us always presenting the receipts, show me the receipts that's saying what we're saying is not right. So now, you see how you just confirmed that you heard about that? You heard what Cam's response was? Oh, you heard about that too? And you were like, yeah, this is all true shit. There's nothing hidden. But the real juicy part of this whole shit, you got to also look at his life insurance that was taken out as well. Do you know that
That's another thing. They were paying like what, $50,000 a month for his life insurance?
a month life insurance, bro?
Oh, life insurance is big money.
Yeah, $350,000 a year.
No. Okay. Oh, you mean the payout?
No.
I mean,
Yeah, the annual, $350 a year, $30,000 a month. This nigga was dropping or close.
Mind you, TPUSA is a non-profit.
A non-profit, exactly. How could a non-profit?
because I'm a paycheck.
Now, a non-profit. This is all red flags. The CEO of a non-profit have a life insurance that he's paying $30,000 a month. That's not a big deal. You're getting money from donors.
Yeah, but you're not understanding this stuff. So they're still putting out at least, if let's say the least amount, let's say 3%, right? 3% out to pay payroll. How much do you think that payroll is from how much do you think they're bringing in from 3%? What do you think 3% of 100 million is?
Wait. Hold on. First of all, that 100 million check and all that did not come about now. And I'm glad he brought up that about, each of them getting paid out, because there was
I'm
only.
not going with payouts. I never said nothing of that. I said if the company's worth 100 million, 3% of 100 million
Where's the 3% going?
for their salaries.
Okay, so it's a payout, right? They're paying their salary. Okay, so that's what I said. So stop interrupting me, bro, with your nonsense.
How is it nonsense?
You just said the 3%. You said 3%. I call it the payout. This is what they were getting paid. So let me finish what I was saying. All right, so whatever you want to call it. Okay, salary. If I own a company, if you own a company and I take out 300,000 or whatever for salary, when you're doing your books, is that not called a payout?
No, it's called a salary. It's called your paycheck. Payroll. That's what I said it was. Payroll. Right. Payroll.
Okay, but it's still
A payout is you leaving the company and they give you a check in order to leave. That's
okay. So I
payout.
see what you're saying. Okay. So I see what you're saying. The point that I'm getting back to,
That's all
a
I'm
non-for-profit, even if they take in 3%, right? 3% of whatever it is they're bringing in, which there's proof that they weren't even doing that. They were taking much more than that, because they made four shell companies where they were passing these checks off, and there was only 4 people on record getting paid. 4 people. Let's keep that we got to keep that in mind while we're having this discussion. 4. You understand? So it doesn't matter about what percentage and this and that. And this is why Charlie insisted that he wanted to do a Doge, because he realized the people around him, there's a lot of money moving around.
And
And
did somebody go through with that after the fact? Somebody
oh yeah, well,
outside
the
the
guy
organization?
that did the audit on it?
I believe so. That's what I heard something about that, if I'm not
Absolutely.
mistaken.
And guess what? TPUSA just sent them a cease and desist letter to tell them to stop talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah, today. That actually came out today. So
That's
this is
crazy.
what I'm saying, bro. There's too many flags. And my thing is this. It's not all about
I think it's
Charlie.
money laundering.
It's not all about Charlie. What this is going to do is open up a lot of other shit that was involved with our government, including the Kennedy case, and have us revisit. Because now we have a lot more information about who the inside players are. And now we're at a stage in the American society where we no longer just believe whatever the government tells us and just going to fucking swallow it and say, oh, yeah, this is what they say. No, now we question everything. Why? Because we caught you lying too many times.
I mean, 9/11 alone, COVID.
We caught you lying too many times. But the Charlie thing,
People still believe in COVID and believe in the flu shot and shit like that.
the Charlie
You can't
thing,
even tell them about things that where they have to go deeper to investigate and listen to this person, listen to that person, read a book, and that's too deep for
Yo,
most
how
people.
about this? How about forget about
You go over
believing
people's
it?
heads already.
Yo, there's people still walking around with a mask on. You still see people walking around with a mask on.
You see,
Word. But
you
think
got-
about it. It's been 6 years. Imagine you was wearing a mask on your face for the past 6 years, bro.
It's a COVID shot.
So let me ask you guys. You guys are observant to all of this that you're saying, that people still wearing their masks and this and that. So you're observant because you see this. So what are you aware of now? What does this enlighten you to? Because you obviously observe these people wearing their masks, even like what Candace said, in a car by themselves, and
True.
still got the mask on. So now that you have observed this, what do you become aware of now from this observation? Because this is where it all starts. This is where now,
Yo,
where I become aware of,
They're just incapable of critical thinking.
there you go. I became aware of that. We are, well, not we are, but just us as a collective, the majority of us is now exactly what you just said. We do not implement critical thinking. What else I became aware of? People are easily indoctrinated. What else I became aware of? People more accept the truth if it's coming from a certain platform or a certain individual, them themselves questioning and say, I don't give a fuck if it's Trump saying it or Biden saying it or fucking us saying it. I'm going to go look into this. They don't do that because they don't tell you. They don't have enough time to do
You
that
ever
type
heard
of
that
shit.
syndrome with the uniform? Where if somebody with a uniform or somebody that sounds official, like a monotone voice, it puts you in a trance because it makes it seem like they're official. You know what I'm saying? So they come and like say like the EMS and knock on your door, or a fireman uniform and knock on your door, you're gonna open the door. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he's saying. It's the trance that people get put in because people don't think deeper into the thought of, oh, why are they at my door? Why would they be knocking on my
And add to
why
that, they got
are
no
presenting
attention
certain
span.
people in a certain manner? Why are certain events happening and it's always the same type of cover up by the same type of entities or let's say institutions? All right. Now let's get down to let's break down a little bit real quick. Let's just certain amount of incidents. Let's go. All right, let's go.
But this is
Gulf of Tonkin, right? Let's go. Let's go JFK, RFK, MLK. Let's go with the women's movement, right? Let's go with the Iran trying to overthrow the Iran, get the mullahs out. Let's go with the crack in the 80s. Let's go with the cocaine in the 80s, right? Let's go with I mean, how much different financial shit was going on in the 80s, right before the 90s, right? With the Wall Street, right? Okay, that's all that type of stuff, right? Let's go into now the regime changes of the 90s that he did it places that we weren't paying attention to because the economy was good and Bill Clinton was in and Bush was in and all that type of stuff. But we didn't see all of these different countries in South America whose regimes were changed, as well as Africa, because those are the two points where that's where they were at in the 90s. Then after that, now you see what's going on in the 2000s where we see 9/11 now, a whole other false flag. You get what I'm saying?
And don't forget the
financial
Iraq war with the babies in the incubators.
Right. Well, that's Iraq 1, but it's still all in the same mix.
There was
These
no
same
babies in no incubator.
institutions are involved in these same type of events, where it's an event that changes history or changes the aspect of the current events of the time. You know what I'm saying? And now, when you start seeing these type of things, there's too many different red flags on the Charlie Kirk assassination where that people can't go into all of these different conspiracy theories because it would be it would be you not doing your due diligence because there's too many gaps in the story of what they tell us and how they told us the story. At the same time, now we already broke down. We already broke down the heel. Now, if he's by himself, which that's like, I don't know, 1 in a million, maybe 2.5 million, however you want to put that, right? Excuse me. So that's a that's the most rarest of the actual scenarios for him to be by himself, a lone gunman on some tranny, whatever wave. He wants to protect his man, blah, 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 whatever. Now, going along, you have to have help, just like Butler, just like the other guy in Florida. These are all things where you notice a lot of different entities that are involved in these situations, and they keep popping up, which is, it's just that the general public can never look past that.
So now, this is exactly what I was saying, without being as long-winded.
Did you hear about the exploded mic theory?
What's theory?
What's it called? They're saying that they think the mic exploded. It wasn't no gunshot that killed. It was the mic exploding, like it was triggered. How they did the beepers in Gaza, like they said someone sabotaged his microphone. That's one of the theories that's being thrown around. I was wondering if y'all heard about it.
I mean, to talk about the theories of how it actually went down, because I definitely was no 308. I mean, what 30-6? That's not.
Hold on. Because now we're going into we're going to get into the whole conspiracy of how he got killed, how they killed him, and we're getting off of the Erica Kirk thing. What I'm trying to explain to you guys is this: what is happening is not about how they do the things they do, or even the story that they tell us. It's about us accepting whatever the fuck they're telling us, even when the narrative is not making sense. That's what it is. So everything he named, everything Candace named.
You ever notice that the less sense it makes, the more people are willing to believe it?
That's true too. That's all psychological warfare. You said the less sense that it makes, the more people will believe it.
Yeah,
more outlandish.
And again, so you guys are observing all of this, but what are you aware of? This is my point. You observe all of this. Everything you're saying is from observation. You're seeing this. But what is woken up? What do you become aware of? You should be aware of that everything these people are telling you are not true. How they did it is irrelevant. But the stories and what they're telling you, we already know is bullshit. Hold on, girl. Just make me speak for a whole fucking hour. Just chill. What I'm trying to say is this. The stories they tell us of how it went down, we should already pass that part. Like, we already know it's bullshit. It's not any longer, was it a fucking gay guy, trans guy, or none of that? Was there a team? It's not about that anymore. We should get the point is, why the fuck do y'all keep lying? It's just like if you in a relationship, you catch your bitch cheating, you're going to ask her, did the nigga fuck you doggy style? Did he do that? No, bitch, why the fuck you cheat? This is what I'm trying to say. Let's get off the whole thing of trying to figure out how he died and even why he died. No, what we know for a fact is they fucking lied. Like they lied about 9/11, like they lied about COVID, like they lied about JFK. Nobody's being held accountable. Nobody. Because we get distracted and we get off the path and go into how they tricked us. Okay, listen, however they tricked us, again, you got tricked. My point is, why the fuck does shit keep happening? Because we're not focusing on them keep doing it. We're thinking we're getting smarter because when they told JFK, now they're trying to pull it with Charlie Kirk, and we're going to fall for the okie doke. And they realize when we're not, this is why Erica Kirk comes out and say, stop, because we're getting too close. We're waking the fuck up and we're not staying silent anymore. And we're not going to get diverted to the bullshit they're throwing out there. We're staying focused and we're like, no, answer these questions. And this is what the real conversation is about. And this is why I said this is so important, because once we demand that answer and they're forced to give it to us and we see the result, now we're going to go for the bigger fishes, because we see that with persistence and not fucking backing down or not swallowing the narrative that they're shooting at us. Nah, bro, they in trouble. Everything they're trying to throw out, I just brought it up when it was saying, oh, this Mitch guy, I don't give a fuck what his past was. Did he see what he seen? That's what we should be concerned of. I don't give a fuck what he did in the past. Was he there and did he really see what he see? Now we could judge that by saying, well, in the past, he's lied before, this is not true. So a liar never told the truth? And this is my point. Now it took 3 other people other than Mitch to come out and say she was there. So again, fuck that she was there or she wasn't there. Now we know she was there. Let's get back to the true question. Why the fuck you lying about it? Why do you keep lying, bitch? That's what I want to know. Why you keep lying?
That dude? Who's that dude? Is Mitch who you the Mitch who you talking about? Is this who I'm thinking of? The dude that picked up a phone and made a phone call as soon as Charlie got hit. You know who that is?
I don't know who that is. Oh yeah.
It was no, that's not who I'm talking about. There's somebody. It's an M name. There's an M name. Cam, look that up for me on the computer. Oh, it was his. It was his. somebody really close to him, his manager or somebody very important in TPUS. And it's like as soon as the hit, he picked up a phone, made a phone call, and just started walking away casually.
His name is Farnsworth. He didn't walk away casually. What he did, as soon as the hit happened, he ran around the corner and jumped up on top of like this little pile of bricks, and he was videotaping.
Yeah, that's somebody
and went
different.
live. Well, that's the first guy who
Nah, that's
announced that
somebody
Charlie was
different.
dead. I don't know who the
No,
other guy is.
the speculation that this dude was calling Erica to let her know.
You talking about Mikey McCoy? You talking about Mikey McCoy?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Mikey
that
McCoy.
He wasn't at first. Farnsworth was the one who went live first and said it. Mikey McCoy's story was that he called his father and Erica to tell them what happened to Charlie. Now, when we broke the shit
but
down,
that's what I'm saying. You see him on camera. You see him on camera as if he knew what was gonna happen. He wasn't shocked or nothing. The shot happened, and then he just picked up the phone and walked away, and just like everything was all good. Okay. Mission accomplished.
I'm gonna give you deeper. Go deeper. He didn't pick up the phone. He was already on the phone. He put the phone down, like he was talking to somebody. Like it was like, yeah, we right here, we right. Then he put, like when you have someone on hold. Then he put the phone down, and then as soon as it was done, you seen him put it right back to his. He didn't dial no number or nothing. Put it right back to his ear. Kept talking, walking off. That's what caught him.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're like when Charlie got shot. See, you have to go back and. First of all, they scrubbed so many videos. So if you didn't record it, then it's hard for you to know what happened. But if you record it, go back and look. You will see that he was he wasn't even talking. He was texting, and then he had the phone down. And then as soon as the shit happened, he didn't say nothing. He just put the phone to his ear and started talking and walking. Like you didn't see him dial nothing. He said he spoke to Erica first, and then he spoke to his father and said, "Oh, could pray for him." All we said was we didn't say that was true or not, or it's a lie or not. We said, "Show us your timestamp. Show us your phone record." All you have to do is go to his phone line, right? To show that's it, and actually call. That's what you have to do to end that. But why you didn't? This is what I'm saying. A lot of these things, people just asking questions. We didn't accuse you. We asked you, and then when we caught you lying, it's just like you being interrogated by a cop. They'll ask you a question that they know the truth to, and as soon as they catch you lying, what happened? It's a whole different type of conversation. So now we didn't say that this guy did this or this guy was involved. We said it looks weird, the type of shit you're doing. First of all, your man just got shot. You didn't even walk over there and look. You went totally opposite way.
That's why the details matter.
And this is what I'm saying, bro. So when we ask these questions, and then you're going to tell us a story that you think we're not going to find out, and then we find out it's different, it's like, hold on.
It's like that, though. How about the FBI saying they don't want to investigate foreign?
Because, again, I'm going to tell you why they're able to do that.
We know why. We're not asking the question. We know why. We're just saying it's crazy that they even doing that.
And I'm going to tell you why they're even doing that. Because they could get away with it. They did it in 9/11. They did it with COVID. This is why they're doing it. What do you mean?
See, that's what I'm saying. You didn't even know.
And who's arguing?
Tulsi and fucking and Patel.
Okay, so they were arguing about what? About what they should let out, what they shouldn't let out? That's what you're saying?
That's not what I said at all.
So what you were saying?
So if you didn't hear,
I did hear what you were saying. You said that they keep trying to let us think that it's really one way when it's really not. And I said, no, they already passed that. They already know that. They don't give a fuck about that. They don't care that they're lying to us. Because why? They've lied to us in the past and we fucking swallowed it. So they're going to say, yeah, it was this guy with a 30-06 and broke it down. End of story. Nah, it can't be a 30-06. Who will blow his throat over? No. Hold on a second. End of story. That's what they're telling you. There's no investigation going to happen. And even if Tulsi or whoever, what it is pushing for it, no, that's the end of the story. All right, so go ahead. Say what you're saying. Say what you're saying.
It doesn't matter. I'll say.
Okay, now it don't matter. No, it don't matter because I answered exactly what you were saying. So get back to what you were saying. I would love to hear.
What did you say? What I had to say had nothing to do with.
So get back to it.
Just say.
Get back to it.
I'm talking. I don't understand why you're still speaking at the same time. It doesn't make no sense. You can't hear me.
So get back.
So how the fuck
So get back to what you were saying.
Because I'm speaking in one people's perspective. I'm talking. You're still trying to interrupt me. I don't understand why. I'm still trying to figure out why.
All right, so let me stay quiet.
So one, Tulsi Gabbard and fucking Cash Patel was in the meeting about the Charlie Kirk shit in the cabinet meeting, and he was telling her to stop pushing for him, the FBI, to investigate. Because she went to the leads that got the leads because she's the head of the DNI, which is all of the intelligence agencies. So it's not like somebody came to her or some shit like that. No, she found some shit. Like, wait a minute. The guy who was there that you're saying is the supposed guy, he has other ties to other people. He was funded like this. He was funded like that. And this Cash Patel now, who you all know is compromised, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, stop fucking trying to investigate. Stop pushing all these other extra narratives. Now that shows you that the FBI, like I said, details. Yeah, we all know they go and say they, but we could get to the details. And that's what I was trying to say was the details of the fact that it's the FBI, and you see obviously that the DNI, Office of DNI, is not with the FBI. It's obviously doing two different things. So now you see the government in itself is warring with themselves about information and how it's supposed to be released and who's supposed to release it and if it even supposed to be released or if it's supposed to be investigated at all. That's all I was saying. You see what I'm saying? But he's going to try to override it, but it don't matter because it's irrelevant. The whole fact of the matter of what I just said is Tyler.
So
That's what happened in the meeting, and this is what the government is doing. The government is split between a faction that wants to let out information and find out what's going on and a faction that does not want to do this. So right there you see what I've been saying from the beginning. The government is fractionalized and is compartmentalization. And what happened now is some people know what's going on, some people don't. Some people are stopping certain things to happening, and some people are trying to push things to happen. That's it.
So as I was saying,
But that's actual
okay, he's still talking. My bad. He's still talking.
from the actual meeting. Actual information.
Let me know when you're done so I can talk.
Actually from the meeting information. The FBI. Actual names.
Unc, is he done?
Actual information.
Let me know when he's done so I can talk. Because I don't want to interrupt him. Like
Trying
I
to
was
get me
saying,
involved with this.
again, like I was saying, and I'm not going to get into no nitbits or shoot shots at people, but I said it very simple. I don't care if it's a split government and one person is this way and one person the other. And if you would listen, you would understand. What I'm saying is this. They don't give a fuck. We, us, the public, just accept whatever narrative, whether it come from Cash Patel or this other woman. It doesn't fucking matter. They don't want you to think. They just want you to accept what the fuck they say. Now, this is all I was trying to say, and he wants to go down and tell you that Cash Patel this and that she looked at it this way. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they want us all to be on the same narrative. Don't question shit. Whatever we decide to tell you, just fucking accept it. And we're no longer doing that. You motherfuckers observed this long enough. You're aware of it long enough. Now wake the fuck up and do something and stop pushing the narrative all over the place. The bottom line is it doesn't matter if you have a split government. One thing the government do have in common, they want you to accept whatever the fuck they tell you, period. And that's the point I'm trying to get across. It's that simple. Go ahead, bro. You can talk because I don't know all the shit you're doing. I don't know what that was about.
So now when there's different factions going into different things, right? Different factions that have different agendas, right? But the same goal at the end of the day, right? That's what you have going on. Same thing you have in the world stage with different countries and stuff like that. It's the same exact thing, except it's going on in a smaller stage within our government. And the problem with that is that people are going to get confused as to what's going on and exactly how it went down, especially if we don't understand how the implementation of the government is actually implemented. When the bigness of the government, or let's say the size of the government, right? And the procedures that the size of the different
I know what
in the
I know where
government
you're going.
really in a manner that makes sense because people understand how many actual agencies there are and who have what type of authority and how things can get mixed and construed and how one
Yeah, the
faction
bureaucracy is crazy right now.
That's all I'm saying. And within the bureaucracy, people could come in and infiltrate a bureaucracy and manipulate their own factions or their own agenda. And that's what I'm saying is what's going on, not only in the United States, it's going on worldwide, but particularly the United States because we're, let's say, the most powerful as far as weaponry wise, as far as country. So to summarize it all, we're both correct. It's just different aspects of how you have to look at it, which you have to look at it in both aspects. Because if you don't, you're going to miss something. You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at it and understand that it is a big, wide conspiracy, but at the same time, the big, wide conspiracy is also compartmentalized. So it's not everybody that's in the big, wide conspiracy knows the whole agenda of the whole conspiracy.
So-
Some people only know their portion of the conspiracy.
Yo,
Yeah, the
it's
right
just
hand
like
don't know what the left hand is doing. When it all adds
just
up,
like-
it's nefarious. But each individual action isn't really even that serious, so the people don't know they're fucking up.
Right. And,
So-
and sometimes they don't even know what the real agenda is or where their position is.
Now with Erica Kirk, though, if she's guilty, obviously that's not her situation. She's not ignorant towards the whole thing. Now, niggas, what do you know about her kid situation? Another thing that I heard that I haven't been able to verify to the point of my own satisfaction is that there was a DNA test taken and one of her kids is not Charlie's. What do you know about that?
I don't know about that.
I heard that
Oh,
too
you
as
haven't
well.
heard anything about that?
About something else too, about the parents getting kicked out of the house. That's what I wanted to question. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure about that. Is
And
there
then I
another
heard the
report that
parents suing for.
that was also I couldn't find. I couldn't find the court paperwork about that. But that's what I've heard as
Yeah.
well. I've seen some videos about it too, where people are saying it, but I never seen anybody pull up actual documents or where you can find it or how to find it. So I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I guess that's just
it's such a weird situation because I'm hearing way too many people with their face out on camera talking about it for it to be fake, but I'm not seeing any kind of documentation or proof that would, that I would need to call it real. So I don't know.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy with this conversation? When I was telling you
What's that?
guys, and there was proof about the Fort Buchuga shit and with the Smith Snow, motherfuckers was down my throat talking about, oh, where's the source? Where's the source? You heard when this guy just brought up about Erica baby now, when you just said that, and he's like, yeah, I heard that too. You heard what I said, right? I said, I don't know nothing about that. I heard it too, but I don't know nothing about it. I haven't seen substantial proof that I've been telling you guys from the beginning, right? Until three other people, I'm gonna keep going back to that shit. So three other people had to come out and say, "Oh no, we did see." Why the fuck am I? Let me finish talking, please. He's still interrupting me. He's still interrupting me. So, like I was saying again, okay, you still haven't taken diligence to take your time to find out. But Unc seen it. I seen it. You haven't seen it yet. Again, and going to this Erica Kirk now, her child not being. I don't know. I don't know about that. I heard shit. I'm not gonna speak about it because I don't have any proof about it. And and this goes to show you now. When we talking, when niggas just talking out their ass. Because everything I've always said, I've always had receipts. I just never presented them, but it's out there. You finally see the receipts about the Fort Buchuga and other witnesses now. He still haven't even located that yet. But you're going to sit here and tell, yeah, I heard about that too. How you going to even entertain something you fucking heard? And when I was showing you proof of certain things, you didn't want to accept it back. Yeah, I heard that too. When you asked me, I heard it. I didn't even say I heard about it. I said, no, I don't know nothing about that. Because I heard it, and to me, it's just a rumor until there's fucking substantial proof. This is what everyone's been talking about, right? We in this room talking all this shit about proof and all this shit. And listen, this is why I don't even talk, bro. Because niggas don't fucking think before they speak. If I don't know something, I'm gonna stay shut the fuck up until I learn. I don't speak about shit I don't know about. Everything I spoke about is facts. It ain't nothing about, oh no, we saying the same thing. No, we're not. And this is the shit I was saying before when you were speaking with that long-winded shit. I'm not saying the government ain't split, but what they do have in all of these nations or world leaders or people of that elite class, what they want is a society that's obedient. That is the fucking agenda. Whether you're in Russia, China, America, or whatever, the agenda is they want their citizens to be obedient. But we're now fucking waking up and we're not being obedient because we're not accepting the narrative that's just being thrown at us. How hard is that to fucking understand, bro? And this is all I've been trying to say while you loud gasping and blah, 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 blah. That's my point I was trying to get. The agenda is they want the fucking world citizen of this planet to be obedient. Do what we say, believe everything we tell you, and that's it. The fuck?
So now, when you watch the recording, and the recording shows that I stated clearly that I've seen videos, but I haven't seen anything that actually substantially says that that's what it is. I mean, but like I said, that's how it goes. I've seen videos, but I haven't seen nothing. Just like the Fort shit, I haven't seen nothing of that. Nor the plane that's going around. None of that shit either. None of that shit's substantiated.
What about this?
Is that they put up the weird ass fucking tent, which is suspicious enough. The whole assassination shit is suspicious in itself, regardless of how we want to go around it. You know what I'm saying? Their finances are definitely in question. Without a doubt, there's some sort of money laundering going on. We knew that Charlie had some stuff going on there where he didn't want, you know what I'm saying, the way they were doing the finances to keep going on. So he was going to investigate that. So we know all these things.
What about Romania?
What about
the Romanian Angels?
That's a fact. It's because she had commercials herself putting out on it.
So when you speak about like the
see how that's facts.
So you see how you speak about like the things with the plain things and that there's no substantial evidence. First of all, there is substantial evidence. Not only there's public records that show the travel and movement of these planes, but there's people who also work at these companies, insiders, who actually showed us the printed record of the flights being booked and everything else and so on and so forth. This is what I keep saying, bro. I'm going to say it again. Speak facts. Shit that could be proven. You don't know these facts. You don't want to take the time out. You just say, oh, I see shit on this side. No, actually go look it up yourself. You could go, if you watch these videos, they'll tell you how they found these information and these sources. This is public information. flight logs and all that, you could get the same shit too on any flights as long as you know the tail number. That's it. You put it's just like when you find a person locked up. You put in their name, their age, whatever. You put in the date, the flight number, and so on and so forth. That information is public. We just didn't know where to access it, and because of this shit, we started learning other things. You understand what I'm saying? Other people started doing it, and it wasn't big name people. It was simple people like you and me that have information that know this, but just been at home with it. Something big like this, they start sharing it online. They start sharing it on whatever you say you see shit at. But it's not just people posting shit. And this is what I keep saying. It ain't about people posting shit. AI, niggas could generate bullshit. It's just that they're bringing something. See, like you guys just mentioned about her with these kids. Now, if I decide to go down that rabbit hole or look into it, yeah, I'm going to look into it. I'm going to look into it as far as when was the last time she was with Charlie, as far as before September 10th, the time stamp from there to when this kid is due or whatever. Could it be his? Yeah, she could have fucked the nigga the night he got killed. Who knows? The only way you'll ever know that is when a DNA test comes out, if that ever comes out. But again, that's not important. Let's focus on what's important. You're denying that you were never in Fort Buchuga. You try to discredit this man, Mitch. Not saying he wasn't who they said he was, but now there's 3 other people now saying that you were there. What's your statement? And all of these things, the flight logs and everything else, I seen you there. If this was all bullshit, sue for defamation. But if you do that, guess what now? Now there really has to be an investigation. So what you do, instead of doing that, you hire these people online, you start brainwashing people, and you throw these narratives out there to fuck the whole public up. But it's real simple. If someone said, yo, I seen you get your ass dug out, they said, no, I ain't good. You sue them. Now I got to prove that that's not true. Now we got to prove you want it there. Okay, well, this person seen you, this person seen you, this person seen you. There was this person that served you. There was this person that even came over and said hi to you. So again, and why you don't challenge this? When she showed the picture that she was back home with her thumbprint over the fucking picture, those weren't even her kids she was covering. Again, my thing is this. Nobody said that you were there or not. Somebody said they seen you there, and when we brought that to you, the best thing you should have did was what your lawyer was telling you. Shut the fuck up. But your dumb ass want to answer and show proof. No, I wasn't. And then now we catch you lying. Now I got to look at you different. And I'm going to bring up the relationship shit. Bitch, I heard he was here.
Speaking
No,
of
I
catching
wasn't.
a
I was
lying, they got multiple videos showing her caught up in lies. Like she was on this interview saying, first of all, that she don't drink. And then they got videos of her drunk and drinking. And then she said that she never dated in New York City because her friend was having such a hard time. Then they showed her on dates.
Yep. And let me show you another line that's about to come out that y'all probably didn't hear about it yet. So now you heard about this shit in Romania, right? With the child trafficking shit.
Yeah.
Now she tried to say that she was actually living in China, helping sex trafficking people over there. This is what she was saying. And again, they were like, people were like, when was you in China? Because you was in New York, you was in Ohio, you was in Arkansas.
That came out of her own mouth.
Exactly. And that came out of her mouth.
Her talking that.
So now what is that?
She's like, no, people are misconfused.
And what, that was supposed to be an alibi for the Romania thing?
I don't know.
No, it was something she did. No, it was an alibi she was using in the past.
She was on time.
They caught her lying. She told the lie. When she made that video, it's an old video, but she was never in China. So that just goes to show the bitch been lying since back then.
I don't know.
This is what that's about. It wasn't like,
so it's not that she was saying that she was in China when something else went down. She was just lying about being in China in general.
This is a thing too.
Gotcha.
Not only lie, but everything you're involved with has to do with something with kids, with trafficking. And it has something to do with a military force.
Everything that she's doing, everything that she's doing, or everything that people have been noticing, all red flags to intelligence agencies.
That's what I'm saying.
Military operative.
Military.
She's an intelligence operative. And it's not it's for I don't want to see it. She may be a double agent. That's what that is.
Yeah, her and her mom spent an awful lot of time in Israel, not for nothing.
She could have been Turk. She could have definitely been Turk.
Not Turk. She's a double agent. She works for both because they work together anyway. She's a double agent.
My thing is this: if you really want to know fucking Erica background, if you really want to know how she came in, hold on. If you really want to know, go and check her parents' background. See how they got into business with the government. Did they come in through a reference from Israel? Did they come in through this and that? Because they were both military designers. One was on technology, and the other one was on the mother, I believe, was on technology, and the father was on something to do with like
EMPs.
Not EMP. Yeah, well, like
who was her
lasers and shit
grandfather?
like,
you would know that.
Now, I didn't even get that far yet. Right now, I'm still digging up on her father because the guy that was pretending to be her father is not her father. You understand?
The
So
father's the one that's supposed to be owns the business, and the mother's supposed to be a
Okay.
college professor.
Well, the father that
Now,
she got her last name from, his father is somebody important, and I can't remember exactly what.
So now, hold on a second. So now, when you see that name after Kirk, but that name that Francois, whatever that shit is,
it's German.
when you pick it, yes, when you pick it up, now you're gonna see the connection between her and Jewish, where she came in as far as on that line. Because remember, she's been championing as a Christian, but her bloodline, her lineage is really, she's really Jewish, bro. She's really Jewish. Again, this is giving me the Epstein vibes. This is giving me the
But is
Robert
she
Maxwell
accepted?
vibes.
Is she accepted by them? Is her mother Jewish? Because remember, they consider the lineage to pass through the mother, not through the father.
Born into it, bro. You're born
Yeah,
into
but
it.
what I'm saying is the way that as far as them accepting you, if your father's Jewish and your mom is not, they don't consider you to be Jewish. If your mother's Jewish and your father's not, then they consider you to be one of them. It all
Well,
depends on the mom. That's why I'm asking, was her mom Jewish?
Well, again.
I was
So, so what he's saying is this. He said, when it comes to the Jews, they don't really, your bloodline, your real bloodline, is checked through your mother, not your father. But here, they tell you your bloodline's through your father. This is why you carry the last name. But you see, now that's another even topic we could talk about, because I'll even tell you how that came into surname shit. Surname shit came into steal land. That's what that was about. Because your mother ain't coming over here to steal land. So that's another thing. But going back to that, the mother now, I don't know. I'm digging into her too because I want to see what her maiden name was before she got married. You understand? So all of that anyway, the mother and father, they come from over there from Germany. Period. I don't know what part, but they come from over there, that side of Europe, from far as Ukraine to Germany, somewhere along there is where her parents is from. Now it's the same way how fucking Robert Maxwell and Ghislaine met. The same shit. Ghislaine was coming in through, even though her father was hooked up with Mossad, she was really coming in through British intelligence. Epstein was already indoctrinated into Mossad. And I'm going to tell you guys, see, a lot of people don't understand how Epstein got in the game. After he left the Dalton School was where Israel picked him up because he started to work for a company called Stearns and Beers. That was a big financial company. And that's who backed him. And that's where he first ran his first Ponzi scheme. And instead of him going to jail, they let him go. But he still was backing him, the owner. And the reason why he got to the owner, the CEO of the company at the time, was because of his son.
Well, pause 1 second. So I believe, or from what my research has gave me or led me to, he was already CIA at that point in time. And that's how I got in because of, like you said, the CEO's son. But he's pushed towards the CEO's son because he was already CIA, Epstein. Once he got into there now.
When he got into Dalton, that's how he got into Dalton.
Once he got into there now, and he got into Bear Stearns, that's when he became Mossad or fucked with Mossad. But that's because he's a double agent. So it means that he works for both.
So now he's right. When he came in, he did come on the CIA because he came on to the Dalton School. But guess who? Donald Barr. Who?
No, Lex Luxor.
No.
I'm sorry.
Lex Luxor was
his handler.
Yeah, was his handler. When he first came in under the CIA, and it wasn't the CIA then, he came on to the OSS. This is where
I don't think it was that far.
Yes. No, I'm telling you who brought him in. No, I'm telling you who brought him in. The guy who brought him in was Donald Barr, the father of the Attorney General, William Barr. He was part of the OSS. He was part of that transition. So the father brought him in, the Dalton School. That's how he got the job. He didn't even have a master's degree.
High school they went to with Obama and Barr. It's him, Barr, and Obama at the same high school with Bill Gates.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when he got into the system, started working.
That's when he met Barr's pops. Is dead.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying.
But that's
I'm backing his statement up. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm saying.
But when he came into the game as a math teacher.
So this is practice for the people. So the people are gonna be real slow. We're moving too fast for them. Trust me, we're moving too fast for them. What he's trying to say, and he's 100% correct, is that William Barr used to be the Attorney General under Trump under Trump 1. His father used to be OSS, which turned into the CIA. All right. Now that's in the 50s and 60s, which explains. Hold on a second. So now during those times, William Barr, President Obama, Bill Gates, as well as Epstein was in an elite school, high school, And that's where he met Barr and got intertwined with Barr's pops. And that's where he became an operative or was getting trained to become an operative. And then he got pushed towards now the next level, which is the Dalton School.
And that's like
Didn't Trump go to that school too? Didn't Trump go to that school too?
He might have. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I gotta look back. But then, now that right there now, that's how he got into Bear Stearns, which means that's where he got into the money end of it all. So from Wing Barr, Lex Luxner, which all of them guys are all connected. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what happened was that he ended up going, you know what I'm saying, there to get close to the financial guys, to get into and intermingle with all the financial guys, to suck their money out into different operations that they're trying to, fund. You know what I'm saying? So now when that started happening now, Epstein did, which is crazy. I've never heard of no shit like this before. But he actually got the CIA, you can look this up, to move their principal Air Force from Miami, where they was doing it with the all the drugs and stuff like that. So that should get the Iran-Contra scandal. So that's really was based out of Miami. They moved it to Ohio, and that's where Lex Luxner took over now. And I think that's probably where William Barr's pops stopped. But William Barr's pops molds them, and Lex Luxner takes them in operational status and puts them into operational green light, actual operations. And that's probably how the CIA or that part of the CIA structures out whatever they're doing. There's different handlers along the way for operatives, in the training section of their progression.
And that's true. If you go look it up too, you'll even find out that, and when that happened, he didn't even know nothing about it. But you know who did know? Bush.
But so Bush was the
He was
head
of it.
But he was
Head of the
actually
CIA.
He didn't have the title, but he was still running the shit, bro.
He was the assistant head of the CIA, and then he became the head of the CIA,
Right.
and then he became
Yeah, the director.
right away. You never see no shit like that before.
Bush as vice president and president, he was still running the CIA.
Of course.
Trust and believe that.
Hold on, wait. Here the better one, right? Here's something that nobody's gonna talk
Because
about.
he had
right?
to sign off on that LBJ shit on Kennedy.
Not even that. Bush Jr. and Sr. are the only people to look at their CIA brief and sign off on that every day up until when Bush died, and Bush still does it now. The other Bush. So they still, and none of the other presidents do. Clinton doesn't, because it's public record. It's public record who takes the CIA brief. So every former president gets a CIA brief every day of what's currently going on. And
Bush,
they don't
listen,
accept it because they don't want to get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Bush
They don't want
always,
to be compromised.
Bush always had control of the CIA ever since Kennedy got killed. Even when he wasn't president, when Nixon was president, LBJ, he was still running the CIA. And when he became vice president on the Reagan, he still was getting a debrief. When he became president, he still getting the
Nixon,
debrief.
right? All right, so
And after that, he was still getting the debrief. And even when his son was there.
Nixon came after Kennedy, right? No, LBJ. All right, so before Kennedy,
LBJ and Nixon.
right? Right, okay.
LBJ and
Then
Nixon.
right. So now under Kennedy, Bush was assistant head of the CIA. He was actually there during the assassination, and he said he wasn't. And then later on, it comes out in paperwork after he dies. Then it is.
And this is what I'm trying to
Okay.
tell y'all.
So-
They thought that the narrative with the people, the citizens of America, is still on a 1963 narrative where they just believe whatever the fuck they tell you. There's too much shit now, just like the same way criminals can't get away with shit.
Whoa.
Too many cameras catching you. There's too many cameras, too many people, and too many access for information to flow quickly. So they don't have time to create a narrative. No, they go, I was right there. I seen it. Matter of fact, look, I videotaped the shit. Matter of fact, look, I'm going live right now as this is happening. So it's hard for them to, it's hard for them to lie. But people still get brainwashed because they'll push a certain narrative, whether you're on media, social media, whether you're on TV, they'll push a certain narrative. And if you don't do your due diligence and go look into shit yourself, you're going to just follow it. And you're going to regurgitate until, that's why I said, listen, when I hear shit, I don't say, yeah, no, I listen, and then I go look into it. The most you should do when they're telling you shit, whether you believe it or not, they're making you aware of it. Now it's your job to really go and look into it and use what we said before, common sense, logic. Like it has to make sense. Again, for them to still use the narrative and no further investigation, we're ending it at a 30-yard six, hit this nigga, and that's it. Come on, bro. Now, again, these two planes hit these two buildings, dropped them down, and dropped another building a mile and a half away. Come on, bro.
They used
Come
to
on.
rely on the lack of information. Now they rely on the abundance of information. Now the fact that the information is there, like you said, is out there for us to find. But anybody can just say anything, and it's real easy to doctor shit. So they try to convince you that the truth is just a bunch of doctored shit. And now when you try to put somebody on, they're looking at you like you're bugged out.
And this is where I said you got to use logic. You have to use logic. For example, with the COVID, ain't none of us here fucking doctors. But I said to myself, hold on a second. There's some new flu, super flu coming out, and they're going to give you this thing because your body can't build the immunity to it. I've always said it. We've always said it. The strongest immunity is your body creating it. Now, this is what never made sense to me. And this is where I see the shift. There was niggas I knew that refused to take a flu shot, but as soon as COVID came, they were first online. Why you didn't take a flu shot? Because you understood either one, they were giving you something that wasn't good for you, or two, you understood that if you take that flu shot, your body's never going to get a chance to build the natural immunity. Now it's like steroids. Instead of working out in the gym every day, doing that hard work, you rather go get a couple shots in your ass, pump a couple days, and you big. You're taking a shortcut. So what happens? Your immunity don't get stronger, it gets weaker. So common sense told me, nah, why the fuck? No, matter of fact, let me get the COVID quick now so my body could build the resistance now. You understand what I'm saying? And this was a common sense thing, but they tell you, no, no, no. And even when Trump came out, he might not use the right terms, but told you, just flush yourself. Maybe not with what he said, but he was giving you the chemical compound, what the viruses to get you off. Exactly. To release off to release off you. That's the point that was right, but they didn't want to believe exactly. They didn't use common sense, which further tell them if they fell for the 9/11, they fell for JFK, they're gonna fall for this. And then when we fell for that, this is why now they're doing shit like, yeah, so what? All right, you caught us. What? Big deal. So what? Big deal. Because we fell for the COVID. They thought we were still sleeping. But the ones who didn't take the shots and the ones who were like, yo, hold on a second. Those are the ones that's questioning everything right now. And again, I'm going to say this on record. This came to me in a dream a long time ago. It's not my job anymore to fucking convince you niggas. If you don't get it, you don't get it. And this is why they said not everybody's going to come along. And when I say come along, ain't no spaceship coming to pick us all up. If you cannot mentally transition yourself or level up to understand that certain things is not what it seems to be or certain things ain't real, then deal with the fucking consequence. It's that simple. Now you see they're making these AI videos now, like niggas like, yo, is that real? Or because you know what? Your logic is already shot. You're just making your judgment based off what your eyes are perceiving in front of you, instead of putting logic with what you're also seeing and hearing. It's that simple.
I've been those folks are getting better.
Oh yeah, this is. Let me tell you something, bro. Back in the days, I had a thing. My trauma was I don't like taking pictures. This is why you don't even see me trying to throw my face all up in the cameras. Because now look what they're doing with the nigga's picture. So the nigga getting violated, bro. Like, yo, look, bro, you getting your back blown out. You're like, yo, what the fuck?
Do you call that shit cyberbullying?
So all these niggas putting their videos, their shit on Instagram, TikTok, showing their face like they flossing. Next thing they'll show yourself flossing, getting your back blown out.
They gonna take a video.
Yeah, you see how he did Diddy in his prison photos?
Real.
I'm trying to tell you,
some of
bro.
the videos them walking in the yard are kind of real. Like they'll mess with you, like you sitting there with the mic, and they mess with the mic, and the mic won't be a mic.
Yep, it'd be like a thing all
Like
up in your mouth, and you sucking on it, bro.
Don't give him no ideas.
And it's not really a problem, but it's like cars. So the robots right now are about 20,000. When they get them down to 5,000, that's gonna be a problem. And then they already know how to mass produce it. You know what I'm saying? And like Elon said, they're just trying to or let's say what he's said, because for his company, he's just trying to figure out the thumbs. Honda, I seen had a nice one with the thumbs and everything. So I don't know. He might be behind them because Honda got it. I seen it. They just was jumping. Did you see China? Yeah, I seen China's too.
Yo, China
running,
but like this,
doing crazy shit.
Did you know China already used their shit against the shit when they were fighting with India?
The dog one.
Yeah, they already used this shit.
The cop thing, right?
One soldier sending out that dog, bro. Nigga running fast, running you down. This is a machine, man.
And now they say the U.S. got those exoskeletons. Now, let me tell you something, right? Everybody's seen these in the video games and thought they were crazy, but no. The U.S. is way far. They got regular men can hold different type of exoskeletons. The light versions, the heavy duty work versions, ones that make you jump far, run faster. I'm saying ones that act on your kinetic energy and is making you do 10 times whatever you're doing energy. what I'm saying?
I
And
don't,
then they also have, of course, the robots, obviously.
I don't think they had a China though, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think they had a China. I'm telling you why.
I forgot.
And
Crazy
see,
shit.
this is the shit, and this is what Americans got to do, bro. Go online, and I don't even know if they'll show you. You got to go maybe on Rumble or something, and see what China looked like. When we got Sega and all that shit, because, you know, I used to date this chick that was Asian. She was telling me, yo, she seen that 5-10 years before we even got it over here, bro. China, Japan, a
What?
lot of these Asian places,
You
Indonesia,
said
like their
Sega?
technology, Sega, Nintendo, all of that. They were 10 years ahead. When we got it, they been had it. The handheld shit, the Nintendo shit and all that, they been
Wow.
had that shit. This is what I'm saying. When you look at the robotics China's doing now, bro, they got fucking robots on stage, dancing, breakdancing and all that shit. I'm looking like, yo,
I'm
niggas
not
can't
gonna say they don't have a lot of
I
dancing, bro.
believe it though, because China's known for having way better technology in house than what they sell to other countries. They export
What do you
crap,
think
but they
China was
have really
doing?
good technology in the country.
What do you think China was doing while we was fighting this so-called war on terrorism? Think about, we was at war on terrorism for about 20 years. China wasn't fighting with nobody. What do you think they were doing?
Mhm.
Them
Bro,
niggas was
look at
building their
DJI,
technology.
man. DJI is one of the best drones that you can possibly buy.
And who makes it?
China.
But you know what? You know what? There was
Who make it?
Hold on.
China. DJI is the brand name. It's a Chinese company. They got the best drones.
Your son.
Wait. See now, this is what I was saying. This is what I'm talking about. Right? That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. All right. See who killed the drone industry in America? This is the problem that we have here in America. Yes, they killed the drone industry in America. That's
Obama administration?
Yeah, it was him. I think it was him, right? It was him. What was it after? It was him. Yeah, it was him who made the laws. They restricted how high you can go with the drones, and they restricted development of the drones, civilian development of the drones. It has to be a company. You have to like own certain things, and you have to like be a certain size company. Like you can't even build your own drone. Business. But this is what China didn't do. China actually pushed it out there and said, "Hey, if you can build a drone, show us, bring it to us. If it works, we'll help you fund you." And that's what we should do as a country. And this is the other problem that we're having as well with all this fraud that's going on, because that's what they should reallocate all this money to do, is push trade schools. You get what I'm saying? And not just trade schools, but actually like give people free schooling. That's like, I mean, it's like number one, that's what makes more sense. Everyone want to get free housing, okay, but you're giving somebody free housing or discounted housing, and you're not like pushing them to work.
I'm not trying to give you knowledge, nigga.
You don't want to work.
You want to give a man a fish. You don't want to teach him how to catch any.
More money.
You will have nothing and will be happy. You forgot what my agenda is?
Right.
You have nothing to
Yep,
be
Klaus
happy.
Schwab.
The Great Reset, folks. Go look that up. The Great Reset. That's right, folks. The Great Reset. That's what they want. They want you to, what do you say?
Have nothing to be happy.
Have nothing, be happy. That's that's their exact fucking slogan, is you will own nothing
And be happy. Yeah, what the fuck you complaining
And
for?
They talk about 15-minute cities where the houses are 250 square feet, and they're talking about where you don't have to have cars because everywhere you're going to go is within walking distance.
Yeah,
15-minute city. So that means you own nothing. You live in a fucking a box, a closet, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's living closet, and that's you're going to be happy. Why? Because they're going to supplement everything else you're doing. And then they're going to have a system where that if you do anything wrong, as soon as you go to charge anything, you're going to get charged credits. And your credits are going to go to anything you try to eat. You try to go out. You try to go.
You can't even go to certain neighborhoods if you credit score.
There you go. There you go.
So,
I was going to get to that extreme. I just want people to understand that they're going to go.
They already got that in China.
And so now you're going to see really some stuff. And that's the actual plan. And that's why Trump is supposed to have been changing or stopping or slowing down. That's what he's supposed to have been doing. Now what you see is not only the deep state slowing down, but him changing his agenda. And now his agenda has changed. Why? Well, those are questions. He has his own theory. Everybody has their theory. I think I'm starting to develop a theory. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to reveal it yet, but I have a theory, a real deep theory. He has a good theory too. I like his theory as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with his theory to an angle. You know what I'm saying? Because I think those things have definite effects or major effects on what's been going on. Yeah, decisions that's being made. You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody almost takes your head off, and then they try again, and then they're showing you that everybody around you is not really for you, or what you said you wanted to do, and what they said that's okay, that they're backing you for. And then all of a sudden, what they're actually doing is two different things. Plus, they just try to blow your head off a few times. I mean, things start to make sense. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, now you're making a lot of money moves for a country. Yes. For who else, though? Well, I mean, let's not say that a few people will win, because a lot of people will win with a lot of these business moves and these business ventures. The Venezuela thing, I mean, say what you want to say. I do believe in dominance of the region. Fuck that. Dominance of the region, yes, I believe in that. I'm gonna wholeheartedly stand to that. That's what it is.
Let me
You
get it
understand?
right there. Stop right there.
Fuck that.
And I'm not disagreeing
In modern times,
when you have that understanding of dominance of the region. And it doesn't have to do with modern times, past times. It's about whatever time he who's in power has to try to remain in power. So this is
correct.
what I'm saying. So the same people who saying you have to understand domination and you have to have control, then you can't complain then when we go back to how we even got here. Because it's the same tactics that's being used just in modern times. Back then, the church felt they had to have domination. This is why they went around with the papal bull and said, listen, you either convert to Christianity or we fucking killing you or get the fuck off the land. This is what the whole Inquisition and pushing the people out of Spain that time was with Queen Elizabeth and that. Either you transition to become a Christian or get the fuck up out of here. And that's what the fuck happened. So this is what's happening today again. But it's not changed to a Christian, even though religion plays a slight part. But now it's just clearly like, no, we running shit over here. You got nuclear missile, we got nuclear missile, we got to stay protected, and da 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 da. And if we allow you to have a free market, you're going to bring niggas over here that we got beef with. I get that, but this is where we at now. But we got here because of the same shit that happened back then. So is this the same thing our ancestors were saying and say, fuck it, as long as we're in Rome, we good, right? Rome wasn't no longer just white people or whatever we want to call it. Rome was anyone that lived under the flag of the Roman control. You were considered a Roman what? Citizen, right? Subject, or whatever you want to call it, but you were still considered a Roman.
Only people that from Rome.
But you were still considered a Roman because you was under the subject.
Yeah,
because you was
making sure people understand.
You
You
was-
don't sit there trying to blast.
yeah, you were still
Bro, you
subjected
saying
to
it
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's details you understand. You just
So-
going over the generalistic.
So
idea.
it's the same thing. You know, we go in there and we remove this man, regardless of whatever he was doing. Well, do it the right way. But we did what we did. It's the same way like when it came to indigenous lands like in Africa and that, they took your chiefs away, they took whoever your fucking spiritual leader, whoever the fuck they need to take as far as the power, what we call cut the head off the snake. So it's the same thing. And again, my point was proven when I was telling everyone it was never about no fucking fentanyl, it was about that. And your president said it. As soon as he got in there, he said, now we control the richest oil nation. That was his quote.
So all right. So now what I feel about it and why I feel about regional dominance or hemispheric dominance, right, is because basically there's three powers in the world: China, Russia, and the United States. Those are the three powers, hands down. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Influence-wise, there's a few other countries, but those are the powers that say what when it comes to the world. Now, the problem is that BRICS is out there, and if our dollar is slighted, right, and our dollar is not, or the oil is not backed by our dollar, right? Let's say now our oil price becomes $10 a gallon. Well, yeah, it's cool for the people of Venezuela. It's cool for the people in China and in Russia, but it's not cool for us because guess whose family is gonna get affected by that? Our family. You understand? Now, that's why I say in modern times, because in modern times we're affected by all these things: international, geographic, and international politics, as well as maneuvering. Because that's what really it is. This is just maneuvering. You know what I'm saying? It's just moving pieces on a chessboard. Now, at the end of the day, now, if we try to conduct business and our gas prices go up, or let's say any sort of items that are inside of our country go up, our country, as far as not just me or America, the government itself, because that's a lot of people be thinking like it's the government itself. No, I'm talking about actual citizens, us, our everyday people. It's actually going to affect us. To heat our house is going to cost more. To drive our car to the store is going to cost more. That means now our food is going to cost more. Even to grow food will cost more. You know what I'm saying? For us, per se. As far as us individually, it will affect us all the way down, trickling down to us. Now, and that's a fact because of modern time and how our international currency is divvied up. Could be now, without the petrodollar, all of this stuff that we have is never. We wouldn't be living like this. We'd be living like, let's say, what's another country that's our size that has our capacity? You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't have the technology and the conveniences that we have. Yes, the country's fucked up and corrupt. Without a doubt, we have issues. But to live in other places is a lot more strenuous, a lot harder to get to what you want to do in life.
So I agree with what he's saying, but put in a very simple term, the American dollar is not backed, like you said, off well, he didn't say, but
Yeah,
it's not backed off the gold,
the
but it's
gold,
backed
it's
off the
gold standard.
OPEC, right? And it was backed off the OPEC because of Saudi
The
Arabia.
70s. Correct.
And the reason why Saudi Arabia had that power was because it was the richest oil nation at the time, because not because, you know, the resources, and at the time they had more and no one knew about Venezuela, but they already signed their deal. They already signed their deal with America back in the 1930s. And this is where America involved itself in that region. Saudi Arabia itself wasn't never even called Saudi Arabia. It was called, hold on a second, it was called, it was, hold on a second, it was called Arabia. Then the American government made a deal with the Saudi family. No, it was the American government. I'm trying to tell you, just listen, brother. It was in the 1930s. The American government the British was already in Persia dealing with what they were doing with the Persians over there. In the 30s, like I said, the American government made a deal with the Saudi government family, I should say, the Saudi family, only with the Saudi family, not the nation of Arabia, but the family Saudi. This is why bin Laden, when all that 9/11 shit, you notice nothing ever happened to Saudi. That was one of the agreement in return that they would split everything with them 50-50. That deal only changed 2 years ago with the new prince that they got there. It was like, nah, we ain't doing that. And this is why now he even involved himself in BRICS. This is why Saudi Arabia even got this is what I'm trying to tell you, because of that deal.
You hear that, people?
Now,
you hear that, people? There's a million conspiracy theories out there, but there's two things they all have in common: money and power. It's been another episode of the Podcast. Thank you for joining us. We're going to catch you next Sunday.